Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys figure review. Now today I'm just over the moon to be bringing you the review on the Justice League Flash. Finally we have another member of the league. They are slowly but surely making their way onto our shelves, and I couldn't be more excited to get this guy out here and show you just how awesome he is, because I am blown away by this figure. But without spoiling anything, I just want to quickly say a huge thank you to Philip Liu, the toy wizard from Toys Wonderland HK, for getting this figure here in record time. He absolutely does work wonders, and if you want to pick up your very own Flash, any of the other League figures, or even pre-order any of the Endgame figures, his links are down in the description below to his eBay, Facebook, and Instagram pages. Now that's pretty much it for all of that. What we're going to do now is get Flash's accessories out here and take a look at everything he comes with. Now from the offset, it appears that the Flash doesn't come with a hell of a lot of stuff, but I do think he comes with the right amount in terms of what he interacted with on film. So we'll touch on this stuff in just a second. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the Justice League display base. I love these display bases. Some people say they're too big, some people say they're too bulky, they're too tall, but I think that they're unique and they really do set the scene of having the League all lined up when they were coming off the Flying Fox, and I definitely do appreciate that. Whenever Hot Toys goes out of their way to make a different style display base, I absolutely do applaud them for doing that. This is one of my most favorite display base designs in recent years. I definitely do love those. Now, I want to show you at least one of the hands in the close-up detail on these because they are done exceptionally well. You can see that there is the sort of glove over the top, and there is a multi-layer sort of design to the gloves. Obviously, that's based off the film, not necessarily Hot Toys' own doing, but they have replicated it really, really well, all the way down to the skin tone there. There's a little bit of flashing on that finger, but oh well, you can definitely deal with that. Now, he also does come with a bunch of lightning effects that you can wrap around his arms and legs and whatnot to create some sort of running lightning effect poses, and I do love when we get these. He doesn't come with as many as the So-So Toys figures, which is a little bit interesting because that's a third-party company, and they sort of outdid Hot Toys when it comes to these lightning effects, and they also did wrap around the limbs a little bit more. These ones you definitely can do it, like just pop a limb through there, but it doesn't feel as ergonomic as the So-So Toys ones. And then the final piece is the Batman Batarang with a really nice pitting and weathering that sort of mimics rust on the surface. It looks really, really nice, and Hot Toys, of course, do a great job with these Batarangs. The only downside to this is I wish it was metal, but oh well, I can live with that. Now, what we're going to do is get the Flash himself out here and take a look at that head sculpt. Alright, here we have the Flash as portrayed by Ezra Miller. And first things first, that head sculpt is fantastic. You can tell exactly who that is from the offset. Hot Toys have killed it with the likeness. They have absolutely blown it out of the park. The expression has that cheeky sort of smirk that he had throughout the film, and you can tell exactly who that's supposed to be under that mask. Now, one really awesome piece of engineering is the fact that they made the head magnetic, so you can get him into some crazy poses that a ball joint just wouldn't allow. Now, there are a few restrictions in terms of going down, but I can live with that because of the crazy sort of levels of articulation that you get out of having a magnet. They did the same thing with the Iron Spider, and I'm glad they did it on the Flash, because a typical ball joint, I think, just wouldn't have worked with the design of this figure, especially with the fact that the armor plates overlap on the back. And talking of the back and all the armor plates, this stuff is insane. The level of intricacy and detail work on this piece here, these are real metal wires, and they match up perfectly to the armor as well. It's insane. I've said that a couple of times now, but I've never seen that level of intricacy on a Hot Toys piece before. Using real metal wires to replicate that look from the film, that is just next level. And they carry around to the front as well, and they match up with these straps on the front there. Now, Hot Toys have also done another neat piece of engineering with these shoulder pads. They are Velcroed on. You can just remove them. You can hear the Velcro on there. I wouldn't want to remove them too many times. You might ruin the sort of effectiveness of the Velcro, but that means if you are crazily posing him and they do fly off, that means you can just stick them back on without having to worry about the suit sort of destroying itself over time like some Captain America figures. Now, one word of warning is this emblem here. You can see it lifts up on both ends. I've caught it a few times and come very close to breaking it, so do be careful when you are posing it, because it does have a little bit of a tendency to catch on stuff when you are moving him around. Now, the lower legs on Flash are equally as well done as his upper torso. Hot Toys have nailed it with the details down here. Now, just to give you a better look at the type of material that they've used, there is a multifaceted design. So it looks like it's red spandex underneath with some screen printing, as well as more of a rubber section, and then they've added the silver pieces on top. Be careful when you are articulating this guy and posing him up for a long period of time. These silver pieces right here that you can see definitely do stick to themselves and they crunch up a little bit, but it's not too terribly bad. I mean, this is to be expected nowadays, right? I mean, if you want Hot Toys to replicate the suit so accurately, then there are going to have to be some sacrifices when it comes to posing. This guy can get into a bunch of crazy poses, but you can't leave him there for a super long period of time, otherwise you are going to damage the suit. And that's just the world we live in. They can't invent new materials every time, and I guess they did the best they could. Now, I really do love the ankle pivot there. Look at that. That is crazy. You can get him in some crazy running poses. Look at that. And look at the lightning bolt on the sole of the shoe. Hot Toys have gone to town with the detail on this guy and the articulation to match. I mean, Hot Toys is knocking it out of the park with these Justice League figures. Moving on to the 3 good things and 3 annoying things about Justice League Flash. The first really awesome thing is the fact that the head is magnetic. I've touched on this, but it is just so awesome. It allows a crazy range of motion and it doesn't sort of hinder the armor plates on the back of the neck. The second awesome thing is the fact that Hot Toys use real metal wires on this outfit so that it perfectly matches up with the look of the rest of the suit and it looks exactly like it did on film. The third cool thing, you probably already expected it, is this crazy range of motion in the feet. For a character that spends the majority of the time running, this is absolutely necessary. The first annoying thing about the Justice League Flash is the choice of material. You can see right there that it's just starting to pinch and stick to itself, which is a little bit frustrating because I just got this guy out of the box. The second annoying thing are these shoulder pads. The type of Velcro that Hot Toys use is not what I'd like to call hook and loop. It's more of a traditional Velcro and it will degrade over time if you pull it off multiple times in a row. And I know this might be accurate to the film, but the third annoying thing is the fact that the edges of this Flash symbol are just asking to be broken off. They catch on a bunch of things. They could have just been glued down to the suit and I don't think anybody would have complained. Now, doing a quick side-by-side comparison to the tactical suit Batman, and don't worry, a crazy long comparison video with all of the League figures is coming up very soon, but just to give you a quick idea of the scale, you can see the Flash is using a teenage body. In fact, I think this very well may be the body that they've used for some of the Spider-Man figures, which is really interesting because obviously Barry Allen is sort of meant to be in that teenage sort of era, so it does make sense for them to use this body, and it does afford a decent range of motion as well. So I definitely do think it's a really good choice, and he scales excellently next to the rest of the League. Just wrapping up on this Justice League Flash figure, I think Hot Toys killed it. I mean, you've heard me say this throughout this entire review, the details on this piece are amazing. It was worth the wait. The fact that Hot Toys actually went ahead and made those straps on the suit out of metal is insane to me. We've never seen that level of detail before a Hot Toys piece. It didn't call for that. I didn't think they would do it, but they really did surprise us and go ahead and do that. And the fact that they engineered the shoulder pads to be removable with the Velcro if you're putting him in crazy poses, it's stuff like that that sets Hot Toys over the rest. They really do kill it when it comes to the details. And yes, I know we waited 2 years to get this figure and we'll probably be waiting a few more months to get Superman and Batman, but if those figures are anywhere near as good as Flash and Aquaman and Justice League Tactical Suit Batman and Wonder Woman, I mean, I'm just so damn excited to get the rest of the League, and as I said, I couldn't be more excited to finish off this set. So if you do want to pick up your very own Justice League Flash, hit up the toy wizard Philip Liu from Toys Wonderland HK. His links are down in the description below to his eBay, Facebook, and Instagram pages. Also check out Mint and Sealbox Media, the Mint and Sealbox Figure Podcast, and also check out Justin's Collector Group. It's an awesome place to come over and chat figures and just share photos of your collection, and overall just have a good time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.